Good morning, YouTube. This is man always yours page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, we're a couple of days away from one of the biggest shows in the IFBB. It is a top tier show, and this is the New York Pro. As you know, New York Pro is promoted by Bev Francis and her husband Steve Weinberger. Big fan of Bev Francis, amazing lady. I mean, it wasn't like long ago she kicked out both women's physique and women's bodybuilding, but as you know, she's the one who changed the face of women's bodybuilding, overall, with a physique that was just totally out of this world. She decided to bring back the divisions, and that was in 2020. And, it's been doing pretty good. This is one of the few shows that gives women's bodybuilding a platform. So anyway, I want to shout out to Real J Pics. He made this picture, and I use it in this. I'm gonna use it for my cover for my Muscle Talk Monday. Shout out to Jay. I mean, I like this pic. It's really cool. I mean, I like the picture in the Big Apple. But the show is not in New York because it's too expensive to do in New York. It's in Teaneck, New Jersey. And it's been there for quite some time. I have family in New Jersey. My father was there before he passed, and I had an aunt and some cousins. And maybe one of these days I might go up there. I still got some family. I might stay with them or not. So the list came out yesterday. And like I said, I wanted to wait to see if any more competitors added on. But I think they said that now that once they set the list, that's a set list. But sometimes they usually do that so often. Somebody might jump on last minute. But if it is, I'll just, post something else later. So anyway, the list for women's bodybuilding is out. And we have here 6 ladies here. Quite a few ladies, I wish there was a little bit more. Maybe a couple more women could jump on. But I thought with some women, some still prepping for the shows later in the summer, still kind of early for some competitors. And then also the cost of going to all the way to New Jersey, like I said, I keep telling you guys, it's very expensive to be a competitive bodybuilder. But like I keep saying, people out there, if you want to help promote a bodybuilder, hey, pay the airfare, or maybe if you know a place they can stay at reasonable cost, let them know. So anyway, we have this good list, and first of all, we have here is a lady who I'm a fan of, is Mrs. Lavinia Barros. And, last year she competed at the Arena Muscle Fest where she got her second Olympic qualification. Now she competes this show and she wins it. Well, that takes out a competitor out of the show. But like I said, I know unsafe ladies want to be competitive. Next is a lady who I've interviewed and had the pleasure of knowing, the lovely Miss Jean Cavallero. As Gina was planning to do the Triple O, but she dropped out of the show. And then I think she was going to do the Vancouver, but she changed her mind on that one. So she's making her return. She hadn't competed since 2021. And a while back we interviewed where she took a step back because of medical issues. And she's working with Helen Trevino, Jay Fuchs, and Irene Anderson, and now they're a new coaching team. And she looks very impressive from what I'm seeing her on social media. I hope she does well this show. Next up the lady is this young lady. She's on fire right now. She's one of the few women who have jumped from 3 divisions within her career as a pro. She was figure for a good while, then she was physique for a good while. Now she's making her bodybuilding debut. This is Ashley, full name Lynette Jones. Ashley Jones, I'm a fan of hers. I think she's a great physique, great look. I feel like it's going to be a battle between her and Lavinia for this title. And Ashley, she worked with Andrew Vu, who trains also Jessica Reyes-Padillas, Ivy Rain, Sylvia Tran, who I interviewed, a couple other ladies I also have interviewed before. But I feel like this could be a battle between Ashley and Lavinia. I think Ashley might come on top. Here we have a lady who I recently did some content on. That's lovely Senorita Maria Monica Vega. As you know, she was sick a while back, but she's recovered. And she's going to compete this show. She's done a few shows last year. I think she did at least 3 shows. I know she did Chicago. She did Tampa. And also she did the Masters World Championships. Impressive lady. So let's see how she fares. Next is a lady here who I am a fan of. And that is Keisha Oliver. Now, Keisha hadn't competed since last year when she did the Vancouver Island Pro. But hopefully she'll do more shows. She's done New York before. She done it in 2022. I thought she might do it again in 2023. But let's see how she does. I mean, I'm a fan of hers. I hope she really makes some adjustments and really bring in a good level of conditioning. Next up we have is Dr. Jeannie Welker. As you know, Dr. Welker is, we should call her doctor. She is a doctor because she is a veterinarian. It's an animal doctor, but still is a doctor. And Jeannie, we hadn't seen her since 2020. I think she was 2022 last time she competed, and that was Chicago Pro. She did pretty good. You know, when she made a switch from women's bodybuilding, from women's physique to women's bodybuilding, she was top 5 competitor at the Savannah Pro. She's been, like I said, putting on some good size. It looked like her condition was pretty good. Like I said, it's only 6'8", so she's, as I know, I feel like she's going to be in the top 5 in this show. And his thing is, we're missing somebody. The champion, that is Natalia Kovaleva. Natalia is not doing this show. I'm surprised. It seems like the last 4 years, ever since the return of women's bodybuilding to the New York Pro, we have not seen any of the former champions, like Mila Ash, who won it first. Then after that, you had Leah Denny, and then you had Donna Salib, and then now you had Natalia. So the quick question is, what show she's going to do to make her Olympic qualification. I know she's invited to the Rising Phoenix, but you got to make top 3 at that show to get qualification for the Olympia. And if she don't make the top 3, then, you know, she has to do another show, which can qualify for a show. Maybe she might do Atlanta, she might do Tampa or Chicago. Those shows are open, and also there's some shows overseas. So we got to wait and see. As you know, I heard that Julia Witzel was going to do the show, but after she got her qualification at the Van Isle show, I think she changed her mind. Or she might just want to do it just to be there. But like I said, we will wait to see how she's going to look at, she's invited to the Rising Phoenix, and also how she's going to look at the Olympia. Now, we have here the list for the women's physique division. As you know, this year wasn't too many shows, hadn't had too many women's physique competitors. Just saw that Jack Tatone, who runs the Midwest promotions that promote shows like the St. Louis Pro, Omaha, Ultima, he decided that, you know, next year we'll not have women's physique at the St. Louis Pro. He's probably going to swap it out with another division, maybe figure or wellness. And also he's going to weigh in how many women are going to be at the Omaha, which is going to be in a few weeks, you know, the Omaha Pro. But like I said, we having 9 women, and it's all right. You know, like I said, I wish it was like almost like women's bodybuilding, but you know, it's still kind of small for women's physique, because usually you might have 10 to 15, you know, sometimes even 20. But like I said, it's still early for some competitors. Now, the first lady we have here is from Mexico, and that is Senorita Josefa Beldala. I'm not going to say her whole name because it's really long. And she debuted last year at the Toronto Pro. You know, I don't know much about her, but like I said, she looks very impressive. The lady we have here next up is Jessica Philborn. You know, Jessica turned pro last year at the North Americans. I followed Jessica. I reached out to her, hoping maybe I have her on for my channel for an interview. Impressive young lady. She's been competing for quite some time. I mean, I think she has a good look to her. I think she's more what you want to see in women's physique, what you're seeing now. Next up we have is Nadia Hernandez, and she did quite a few shows. I know she did St. Louis last year. She did, I think, the show in Brazil, and also she did a show over at the European Championships. As you know, that show is gone. Impressive. She lives in Miami. I think she's originally from, I don't know, is it either, I think it's Cuba or is it, I forget. I mean, like I said, I don't know much about her, but I'm trying to care about it. Next up we have a lady who is a legend, who's been a multiple-time Olympic competitor who had not competed since 2021. That was at the Chicago Pro in Atlanta. That was during the pandemic. And that is one Miss Sharonica Hinton. Great physique. I mean, you know, I think she did a couple of shows. She did Chicago and New York. That 2021, that was in, you know, Chicago was in Atlanta and New York was in Tampa. Impressive lady, great physique. I mean, I follow her on social media. She's also a posing coach. You know, she works with Michaela Aycock, with Shauna Boswell, and Sherry Priami. So we're going to see what she's going to bring. I mean, you know, her conditioning and her size, she looks pretty good. But still, like I said again, the women's division has evolved since she last competed. Next up was a lady we did an interview with, and the lady we keep in contact with, the lovely Mrs. Jessica Hofsteller. Now, as you know, she was a figure competitor and made her debut as a figure competitor. But now she's switching over to physique. And we talked about this. I know, you know, a friend of mine mentioned that she was switching over. And I just recently saw her do a photo session with Glenn at Amazon Fitness magazine. And I think she has those specs for physique. I mean, you know, good conditioning. Her back is killer. I'm a fan of Jessica. She has amazing physique. I think she can do well at this show. You know, maybe she might stay in physique, or she could maybe alter, you know, and maybe go back and forth, because this shows that do both masters and open for figure and physique. Except the lady who I also had a pleasure interviewing, the lovely Miss Marika Jones. You know, Marika just was it not that long ago, about a month ago, won her qualification at St. Louis. You know, that was the last year they were going to have women's physique at that show. And Marika, I'm a fan of hers. I think she's a great physique. She's a great personality. I we I remember we talked about she had maybe had potential for women's bodybuilding, maybe in a couple of years or more, as you know the vision is growing and it's changing, and these women are really improving, you know, in size. So I feel like Marika's gonna take this show. I mean, you know, because you know there's certain person out there that really opens up her chance. Next up we have is Young Kim from South Korea. Been a fan of hers. She's done a couple of shows last year. She did New York before. Then also she did the Arizona Pro, which is part of the Rising Phoenix. Impressive lady, great physique. Good details. One of the few competitive Asian women in the physique division. You know, there's some women in wellness, some women in bikini, and also in figure. But like I said, she's one of the few. I mean, it's another lady who I think is a Korean competitor also. But you know, but I think she can do pretty good at this show. She might be a top 3 competitor. Except with another lady who I had a pleasure to interview is the lovely Miss Angela Nori. Now, Angela last year did a few shows. She did New York before because she lives in Rhode Island. It's not too far from her. So that's a good, you know, close. Actually, New Jersey, so it's not too far for her to compete the show. Last year, she did the Daytona where she double dipped. She did both physique and figure. She's, like I said, she's a tall lady. She's like nearly 6 feet tall. And it's like I said, you know, she's done the show multiple times in the past. Like I said, I've seen what she looked like now. She looks pretty good. I hope she does well. You know, I'm a big fan of Angela. I hope that, you know, maybe we get her back on for interview, give her thoughts and feelings about, you know, how she feels about the rest of the season. And last we have here is one Miss Julia Sherrod. If I got her name wrong, I want to apologize. She's from Germany, and she recently got her pro card. I think it went that long ago. I think it was I believe was it last year or early this year she got a pro card, and she's making her pro debut. I know the Female Bottom channel follow her and talked about her a bit. I think she's impressive. She could possibly do well in physique, or where it's said again where figure divisions go in, she could possibly do just as well in figure. What kind of condition she's gonna bring, we don't really know. Like I said, I'm gonna watch the live stream that's gonna be on Saturday. I'm gonna check it out, and I wish her best of luck in her debut. Now, as we know, missing from the show is Natalia Abraham Correjo. And I'm surprised. She's done the show twice. And you know, she's done the show the year she won her title as a physique champion at Olympia. And then she did it the next year, you know, after she lost the title, before she lost the title. You know, the question is, why is she not doing the show? I mean, you know, I thought she'd be there. But from what I heard, there's a, you know, I don't know, maybe she's taking a step back, maybe focus on other shows, or just maybe try to maybe focus on for the Olympias. You know, she's already qualified, being number 2 behind Sarah Vilgas. Next up is a lady who, you know, she did it last year, took second to Natalia, and is Emily Sherbert. And I think Emily right now, she's taking a step back this year. She's not competing. I mean, you know, this could have been a show that if she competed in, I feel like she could have won. Because, you know, she took second to Natalia. You got to think about it. You took a second to at the time, the current physique Olympia champion. You know, you could possibly win the show. But I think this talk that she might be, I don't know, considering going up, or she's just working on trying to bring a better look. But to me, I don't think there's not much she can do. I mean, she has a good condition, good look. You know, if she wants to aim for physique, I think she should have done the show anyway and just see how she does at the Olympia. She might be top 5 qualifier, since you have people like Anne Lorraine Moon out this season, because, you know, Anne Lorraine did this show before. She was going to plan to do this show, but because of issues with a knee surgery, she took a step back. But like I said, you know, a person's also going to be there as guest posing is Sarah Vilgas. Because Sarah, you know, was going to do Pittsburgh, but then something happened with a plane, and then she missed the show. So, as you know, the New York Pro is going to be this Saturday. You want to check it out, or leave a link in this video so you can check it out. You know, the live stream. What I did was smart. They had like a little seduction on the live stream. You buy early, so that saved me a few bucks. And you know, you hear me. I have my car is giving me problems. Anything can save me a little money, I appreciate it. But like I said, I'm gonna watch the show, and then, you know, Monday we're gonna do a critique of it. I talk about how, you know, what we thought on how well some people place. You know, maybe we might even, you know, just see really this is a good show. I'm honestly gonna say it because, like I said, I'm a fan of Beth Francis. I remember talking to Tracy Gow. She would love to do the show, but the cost of it, travel for her, wasn't good for her. But maybe next year might see Tracy this show, and she knows she's planning to do some shows here in the States and also going to do a show overseas. But like I said, I want to shout out Beth Francis and her husband Steve. You really gave a place for women's bodybuilding when no one else was doing it. And especially Beth Francis for the woman who changed the sport of bodybuilding. Like I said, I'm going to check it to support this. So, like I said, it's going to be, I think it's going to be 8 o'clock, I believe, starting time. You want to check it out. I'm going to leave the link in the description. You can follow it and you can go to the live stream. There's live stream. Watch these live streams, help it. And I also saw my man KLA. He just said he's going to be at the show. So I wish him best of luck. And he can give us critique when we do our live stream for Monday. And we just made our way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.